Tony D and Little Joan in the background, and this is a Screenwriter's Rant on Lords of the Fallen, a new video game where you fight the undead. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 10 available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So when I was a kid, if you had asked me, would you like to play a video game that looks like Heavy Metal Magazine? I would have been like, yes, please. And this is it. They've got Danzig music and basically cool visuals. The premise is the gods were, I don't know, I guess they were wiped out. And then for years they kind of watched over their dead bodies. And then later they come back somehow and raise the dead. And then you're a new hero and you're fighting the undead, and they show you this cool fight, and the guy loses the fight, but what he has is this magic lantern that absorbs souls, I guess. So after the guy kills him, he dies and falls off like a short cliff, but then the lantern brings him back to life. And then he gets up, and then he realizes, oh no, I'm in the middle of a room full of crazy zombies, and then he has to fight them. I'm sure that's a cutscene. Looks pretty cool, though. I mean, the cutscenes look pretty badass, I would say. So, there's not much you can gain from the story. I wish there was more movie trailers. There's no movie trailers today that I could find. I mean, half the time I find a lot of them are Indian movies, and if I can't understand the dialogue, I tend to avoid them. Kind of the novelty is worn off. I need at least subtitles on the damn trailer. I don't know what the hell people are saying. I don't know what they're doing. I can't really analyze that. This one I can kind of analyze. I mean, I like it. I like the Danzig music. You know, it's the big hit song, but a Mother. So you got heavy metal music. You got this cool lich looking dude, and he's got like this is the bad guy. He's got like a heart of evil, and the other guy's got a heart of blue, and he tries to absorb him in the lantern, and it doesn't work, and then he stabs him and he throws him off the cliff. But I guess he's undead too. It looks like he shatters into a million pieces, but then the lantern brings him back to life. So that's kind of cool. I mean, it's very video game, obviously. And then he has to fight a bunch of little guys to get back to where he was, and then he has to fight that guy again. So I would play this game. Totally play this game. Oh yeah. Would totally rock this game. I mean, this is Dungeons and Dragons, but with a heavy metal soundtrack, a heavy metal look. Look at that. Yeah. The design looks good. I don't think that's supposed to be Cerebus. I think it's supposed to be, looks like a 3-headed manicore. That's also undead? Maybe? I don't know. It's cool. So I would totally play this game. In terms of the story, good enough story for a video game. You know, there were gods and they fell, and then, you know, there was this great kingdom, and they watched over the the dead bodies, and then one day they would return, and now it's thousands of years later, hundreds of years later, and evil stalks the land. All these undead guys that were running around during that time, they come back to life, and you're one of the one heroes fated to, I don't know, do something, and you run around killing these dudes and then absorbing their souls and then using the soul energy to reconstitute yourself at various times. So sure sure, that sounds fine to me. Knock it in the, yeah, let's do it. Sounds like a good mechanism. I mean, in terms of the plot, I mean, what kind of character development do you get in a video game? Nothing. You get an intro. The backstory seems good. That's the first act, basically. And then maybe the tutorial. How to work the lantern, how to swing the sword, push X, whatever. How to jump. And then, you know, along the way, you will absorb things and get new powers and weapons and stuff. And you'll find clues to various things, and you'll have to jump and smack. I mean, it's Mario Brothers with like cooler effects. That's all these games are. And you'll do that, and there'll be a boss fight at the end, and you'll, I don't know, save this crazy badass planet, and then maybe get to run away with a topless girl. I mean, that would be a great reward, huh? The end of the game. Oh my god, all these topless women. I didn't even know there were topless women in this game. Like they just sneak it in at the end. That'd be funny. That would be heavy metal. Heavy metal, the reason everybody got into it, this was the 70s, kind of this stuff would fly. Heavy metal had topless girls in it. Now, they weren't photos, they were cartoons, but they were really well-drawn cartoons, so people would be like, ooh, hey, there's topless girls in this. I can't buy the porn, but, And that was kind of cool, right? It would be stuff like Conan, stuff like this, where, like, nudity abounded, right? And then stuff in the future, you know, dystopian future, where there were crazy sex bots and all that kind of stuff, and there'd be boobies. Boobies abounded in heavy metal. And that was half the reason people bought it. It was French, so it was art. It was okay. In the 70s, people looked the other way sometimes. God forbid they do that today. God forbid. So, yeah, I would totally play this game. I would play for hours. If I was like 14 again, my God, you wouldn't be able to pry me out of the seat. I'd be sitting there, oh, this is awesome, and then I'd play it again. These days, I don't have that kind of time or even money to buy these things, sadly. This would probably be near the top of my list to buy. Part of the reason is it's kind of mindless, and I kind of like games without too much of a backstory, unless it's a really cool backstory. Like, I love the Ghostbusters game. That was cool. The cutscenes of that are cool, because I like the characters. This, I don't want to know that much about the characters. I really don't. I want the gameplay to be good. I want the more focus on the gameplay for this one. Like, I got a copy of Red Dead 2. I haven't played it yet, and I just don't want to invest the time. This doesn't look like a lot of time. Looks like, okay, point X to swing the sword, right? Or triangle to use the lantern. That's all I need. Couple of buttons. Don't give me too many buttons to hit. I'm good to go. And then I'll figure out the rest. So, yeah, Lords of the Fallen. So put this on your wish list. Oh, we got a synopsis here. Check out the announcement for the trailers Lords of the Fallen, which was showcased during Gamescom in 2022 for the PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. Lords of the Fallen takes place more than 1,000 years after the events of the first game. Embark on an all-new adventure in a vast, interconnected world more than 5 times larger than the original game. Well, that sounds cool. Lords of the Fallen is filled with NPC quests, compelling characters, and rich narrative where players will need to create their own hero before tackling the single-player campaign. They will also have the option to invite a second player to join their adventure in an uninterrupted online co-op. That sounds like fun. And you can play with your friend? Sure. That sounds great fun. Again, if I was 14, get the hell over here, dude. We're playing this game. Sounds like a winner. Especially, and get a friend. You know, get a friend. See the sunshine every couple hours. Get up, stop stuffing Cheetos into your face. But yeah, the game sounds awesome. And that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out in Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more bass takes. We got 2 other bass takes. I can't put the News Blast and the Hollywoke hot take on this channel. You've seen some of it. I sneak it in once in a while, but it's a little too based for YouTube. So if you want to see the cool stuff, get over to Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble. Check out the live stream. Next thing for the books will be January 13th so far. And I'll see you tomorrow for more videos. Tomorrow.